Welcome to Lacekickz.
Welcome on to Kickz and Soul Season 2.
All right. So my other question was what sneaker you guys looking forward to?
You got this, Mike?
Is this like recent, like coming out, or just one that like is like a most recent one that we want to pick up?
Yeah.
Shit, one that's coming out.
I got one on the top. I got one on the top.
Say it. Yeah,
So,
I gotta think about it.
The Infrared 4 that's dropping in February, I have got my eyes all over it. It's like a mash between the Fear and an Infrared. It's fire, bro. I can't wait. It looks bananas.
That's gonna be nice. Now, question: what's one that's on your list that you're looking to pick up? Not like an upcoming release, but like a
grail.
A grail.
Yeah.
My grail is the Amsterdam Pata.
Oh.
Painted by Miss Redline.
Fire.
That's as close as I'm gonna get to it. That's as close. I'm happy with the painting, but that's my grail right there.
Wow.
That's fire.
Wow.
Shoot, for me, man.
Mikey's been busy lately. He's been scooping grails. That man, he's been on fire like 2 in one day.
Wow.
And he finessed the trade to get one of them. So he's been at it.
I'll say it. Oh shit. I'll say it quick. So these ones, I'll start with these ones first. So
this is for the hometown too.
OVO. Wow.
OVO. I've already worn them straight to feet.
That's how you do it.
Shout out to Kenshi Toronto. So I worked out a trade to where for these I traded both dead stock pairs, the Yeezy 350 Israfils and the 380 Peppers.
Wow.
Plus $20.
That's gas money.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, right? Plus $20.
Shout out to the chef too. Shout out the chef for that.
Yo,
shout out to him. But I gotta ask you though, man. Those shoes are very clean, man. You know what I mean? And they're so white that you just gotta wear them when the sun's out.
No, the snow, bro. The snow is hurting those things, right?
The snow's gonna clean off the shoe. That's what it is.
Our homie Chef Friesel, Chef Friesel went down. He works down in Toronto, downtown Toronto. He's local to Mike in Hamilton. He ended up going down and swinging that trade on proxy for Mike. So
yeah, man,
we got a tight knit squad up here.
Without Chef, that wouldn't have happened because there was no way I was going to be able to make it out to Toronto in time. Those were going to get scooped up. They said that they would ship, but it just worked out perfectly.
Didn't the guy come in right after Chef trying to scoop those?
Yeah,
so Mike was 5 minutes away from not getting that deal. So we got a tight group up here, man. We got a lot of homies looking out for each other. So
yeah, that's good. This is what we need. You know what I mean? What we need for the sneaker game, especially.
Look at those.
The guy tried to scoop up the shattered backboards, and same thing. I worked on the trade. I traded Cool Gray 4s and the UNC to Chicago Fearless ones, the patent leather joints, plus some cash for these bad boys.
Easy trade. That's money in the bank.
And again, as you can see, barely worn at all. And honestly, without Chef, these would not have been possible. The guy came in, he was like 6'8". He was like 6'8", a good, solid, heavy dude. I called him a mammoth. And Chef had to almost fight him for these because he came in right after to come scoop these up. And man, these have been on my list for years. And they just fell into my lap. Right place, right time. And I was lucky enough to pick those up. My next one on my list is going to be the Grinches. I need the Grinches.
That's solid. And Mike's in a baller size, which you've probably caught the posts that like Lacekickz was putting up, where like NBA players are paying top dollar right now just to ball in these Kobe's. So he's gonna have to trade half that stack
challenge
those Princes, right? So
honestly, it sucks because like my size on StockX right now is about 1,200 if I wanted to buy it. And for any other size, it's like $500, $600. So it just goes to show you that these hoopers, as Akon said, they're scooping them up and paying top dollar just because they're Kobe's. And if I had the money too, I would pay top dollar too.
Exactly. They're the ball. That's the baller shoe. They're like, honestly, there's not a basketball shoe, like technically that can compete with a Kobe. Like that shoe is the epitome of a basketball shoe, which I don't understand because I can't ball in a low. Like I break my ankle, but
that's true.
I hoop in them. I'm a big man. I have never hooped in lows. The lowest shoe I've hooped in are LeBron's, like these ones here.
Yeah.
These are obvious, like I'm balling in the 36s, the Keeners. Shout out to the home team.
Yes.
And those shoes are incredible. But if I had the Kobe's straight to feet, I'm hooping on them. I'm hooping in them straight. Like I'm not even taking pictures. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just straight hooping.
You know what? On the topic of hoop shoes, a sleeper. Oh, my hat stack. Oh shit, they're not even in here.
They run away.
Look at these, man. The Cosmic Unity. I got it.
I've heard they're really good. I've heard they're really good. Yeah.
Is like you get like bounce off the toe. I think it kind of mimics what a Kobe is.
Yeah.
But obviously nowhere near the stature. But I was blown away by this. If you're out there, you're a baller. It's like $180, and
Canadian.
you won't be disappointed.
Have you guys tried Kyrie? What do you guys think about the Kyrie shoes?
I don't fit.
I've tried to hoop in them. I've tried to hoop in them. I've got the Lucky Charms and the Equality Black History Months.
Did you have to size up, Mike? Did you have to size up in them?
No, I went true to size and they fit, but they just hurt my feet, man.
Yeah, bro. I thought
it wasn't even the fit. It was just like the bottom of my, like they just hurt my feet.
I think it's the structure of the feet. It's got a
There's no cushion. There's no give to them. There's no like LeBron's have the air bubble. The 36s have cushioning to them. The cushioning system to them. The Kyries have nothing, man.
I like that. And I had the is it the 7, the pink ones that they did with Concept, the Concept collab?
Yeah,
I had those Kyries and I couldn't get the strap done up. Like my foot was too wide. I couldn't do the strap up. I felt like I was like just jamming my foot into it. And then like I ended up selling them, which kind of hurt because they're a beautiful shoe, but
it's just not worth carrying on.
But I can't roll in something that doesn't fit, doesn't feel good. But
no, it's too much.
That seems to be the ball shoe of choice now for the young cats. Like a lot of kids are wearing the Kyries.
They don't care about their feet.
And it's cheap. It's cheap.
I think they're meant for more of a slender foot, right? Whereas
a
grown man, beating their feet up their whole life.
Kids aren't jumping as high either, right? They're not taking all that pressure and all the impact and all that stuff. So they're more on the ground more than anything. Well,
I wish I could fit them because they're cheap and they're on shelves. Like I could actually wear them. But
they actually do sit on the shelves.
I've heard the KDs are really nice. The KD 13s were really nice. I heard
again,
or 12s,
like a 12-inch foot-long submarine. I can't fit my foot in that either. I remember going into the Nike outlet and the wall was filled. They had like the Wolverine colorway. They had like and even the new KDs looked fire. But I'm sitting in there like, oh yeah, I think they fit. And I'm like, the guys, you're gonna have to size up, bro. And I'm like, no one's gonna want that shoe after you're done with it. Like,
but size up and go. And like the thing about their shoes, like as you said, Kyrie's, Paul George's, and KD's, they're so slender. So slender. Even the 36s, honestly, they are like you gotta readjust the laces a couple times just to kind of get that perfect fit. But they're so good, man. And
I gotta ask you, have you ever had a pair of those automatic lace and ball on them?
I have. I actually balled in my adapts. I'll show you.
Because they're actually comfortable. I find them really comfortable.
They are. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the new Adapt, they updated the software. You can change now the lighting, so you can have like 2 different colors. It'll like fade to one, fade. You can fuck with a lot on these now.
That's dope. I like that.
They are, but they're like bricks, man. You're like, and I don't have speed anyway, so it didn't affect me any. But if you're like trying to run with the hoop, I'm a passer, I'm a playmaker, so I'm stationary. But they do have action. They've been beat up. They're on court. You can tell the toe box is all smashed, but they are a great shoe for that. Yeah. And you look super cool when you're like, hold on a second. And you're like, your shoes are singing. I'll walk into a restaurant and I'll just like, just as a conversation starter. People are like, what was that? I had to buy them. I had to scoop them just for the fact of the tech, man. Like I got into Nike because of the tech, the air bubble. And I got the Cosmic Unities because it's like a regrind and environmentally a new design, and they use new tech that hadn't been used before. I like that. I like giving it a shot. And not going to say that laceless is the next wave, but I wanted a piece of that when time goes by, you know, and to say like, remember when they tried to go laceless and electric? I had the 30s or the 31s where it had like a pull tab to tighten them. I don't know what number exactly it was. I got those just to try, but I wore them for ball hockey. We play like ball hockey out here. I don't know if you guys have that or not, but it's just like outdoor hockey on a grid court. And they had like nubs on the bottom of them, kind of like how the Adapts have this like grid pattern down it. Yeah. And they were great, but the same thing. They didn't like, there was no like rolling on your edges, on your sides. And when you hit the ground, you felt that pack in the center of the sole. But I felt like they eliminated that with the Adapt. You don't feel like you're walking on a motor when you're balling.
Yeah, so that's nice. Yeah, I got a couple bids on StockX for them, but they're going for astronomical prices, man. Like 6, 7, 800.
Yeah, that's like 100 over retail. That's the crazy thing. They're retail at 450.
I know. So. It's crazy, huh?
But I got my piece of history, right?
Yeah, part of history, 100%. 100%. You have to have that. It's just for a collection.
The only Adapt that I didn't like, which is I got for a few days and then got rid of it because I couldn't wear it at all. The Jordan 11 Adapt. I
wanted that, but again, I wasn't ready to spend that much on it. I have one.
It's upsetting.
Yeah, the 11
colorway.
Is like
the colorway was weird
to begin with. To be honest with you. But
yeah, the colorway was weird. The price tag was astronomical. Yeah. Like we thought the BBs were bad. The 11s were crazy.
Yeah, and it dropped like 550. It dropped with after the Jubilee. Remember?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't spend that.
No, that's why I got rid of it, because I knew I wouldn't rock it. I wouldn't wear it at all. There's no point in me having it.
And I'll be honest, I had the 1.0s of these, and then I got the 2.0 and I sold the 1.0s. It was hard to move. Like
black ones or the original color?
I had the gray ones. I had the gray and blue, not the mags, but the gray and blue or whatever, the icy bottom. You can get rid of them for retail and maybe a little above dead stock, but once you wear them, nobody wants. Because they just want to sell it too, it seems like. But
yeah, they just want to keep it.
So when I got these, I was like, and then I saw the 11s. I was debating on trying to sell these and get the 11s. I'm glad I didn't, because
you wouldn't be happy.
I like those better.
I'm happy with them.
Because you can't wear it with anything with those 11 Adapt.
Yeah, you go to a wedding.
Yeah,
right? The classic dress shoe. How many weddings are we going to? No, honestly, I'm a fan of these. And this is the OG colorway. This is the first colorway they launched of this one. So I'm cool with that, but I don't think it's going to go past that. They wanted it to be the future. I don't think it's going that way.
They probably do a better one though. They probably will do a better one in the future.
The Prestos didn't look bad. Was it a Presto they did?
Yeah, Presto. Yeah, they had 2 colorways. I think, or
Yeah, I
two
think
or
there might,
three.
yeah, there was a white and black or a gray, and then they had a yellow one.
Purple. They had a purple one too.
So they might even. I
Yeah.
thought I remembered
Yeah.
3, but that was one I was curious about because that tech fits that shoe. I find it's there was less shoe to be wearing, and the upper was really slim.
Yeah.
But
But
again, I wasn't about to drop that money on.
but I think
something that
the actual lacing cord, it wasn't really protected on the Presto.
Mm.
No, you're right.
Mm.
The
So
biggest
if you
thing with the
damage it,
1.0,
it's gone.
so what they changed with this is you could actually flip the tongue out, whereas the 1.0 it was like a sock liner, and
Yeah.
I could barely get my foot into it. Like it was an effort. And these things, as soon as you put weight on them, they start tightening. So
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
jamming
shit.
my foot to it, and it's like,
Yeah.
like I'm like, no, I'm not done yet. Like I'm trying to get my foot into the shoe, and it was trying
It's
to close on
noisy.
me.
It's noisy too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I like that though. I kind of like that. It's like an old hot rod, like
Yeah.
kind
But
of makes it part of
they
the
did the
fun.
colorway with the mags as well.
Yeah, that was
I
fire.
like that colorway too.
Mm,
But again, they
clean.
sold out quick. They sold out
Mm.
quick.
And
just
look at the
because
price.
of the
Post
colorway.
resale went up.
Look at
that
the
one
price
went
now.
up.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
those are the ones I have bids on, and I'm nowhere close to the asking price. Not even close. I'm just hoping that somebody mistakenly, accepts my bid.
A little pointer, a little word to the wise. Everybody, throw in lowball bids at Christmas because people want money to spend shopping.
Yeah.
And I got these beauties $280 at Christmas time
Wow.
because people just wanted. I just
Look
threw in a
at
lowball
Mike.
bid, and people were like, "Oh, okay, I want
All right, guys,
my
I'm
money for
out.
Christmas."
Jesus.
The Air Max Susans,
Beautiful.
like now that shoe is you're not buying that for $280 anymore.
Hell no. That shoe
Do your
is
shot.
beautiful, man.
Talking about Air Max, what did you guys think about the move of Weatherspoon getting out of Nike? What did you
Cash
thought of
grab.
it?
Well, ask him what
Yeah.
he thinks about it. The guy dogged Adidas, and then he goes and
Yeah.
hops over to Adidas. He's not Kanye, man. Like he's not making anything new.
And if you think about it, he made a lot better with the Air Maxes than now what he's doing with the Adidas.
Even
See,
the Air
I got
Max,
both.
though, even the Air Max, it's a great shoe.
Mm.
Like I know Mike's got it too. It's a great shoe, but it's two iconic shoes, right? Like you've got the 97 and you've got the 1. And then the fact that he put the corduroy on it, the colorway has never been seen before.
Mm.
But like then he goes over and does like a ZX and the Campus or whatever, the one with the hair, the frame. Like you're not in the same division, right?
I
It's like
have the
minor
ZX
league
one, man.
compared to what he was doing. And I think that goes to show what a lot of people were saying about how what Travis is doing with Nike, he's doing on classic silhouettes, whereas Kanye's being innovative. Now the resale market may not be there, but he's charging $450 for the Quantums, and people are buying them, right?
Yeah.
So who's winning there? The brand is winning. And that interview Kanye was doing, he mentioned how when he got with Adidas, I think they said they were at like 3 billion or something like, or I can't remember the exact numbers, but they've tripled or quadrupled their value since Kanye's been with them. And the Yeezy brand alone is worth a good chunk, 3 billion or something a year, which who's doing that, man? Like I just mentioned the Cosmic Unities. That's one of the newest silhouettes that I've purchased from Nike, but every Yeezy's a new silhouette.
Yeah.
You know? And you got to respect that.
100%. 100%.
Hey, Mike, I'm not knocking those shoes, bro. And now you pulled it out. I wasn't knocking those, but
let me tell you something. These things run at least a size and a half big. At least, like they're like a size. Okay, I'm being crazy, but a size big. I didn't know that. I can't wear these. They're too big.
Wow.
Yeah, like they're too big because of the material that they use at the toe. It's kind of like a burlap sack.
Yeah.
So
More
there's nothing there. Yeah,
kind of like
so
the cloth, right? Where there's no liner or there's less padding. But I've always found that Adidas runs a half size bigger. And I was told that Nike created their own sizing for that specific reason.
Yeah.
So they created their 10, their 9, so that when you go into a store and you ask for a 10 or a 9 Adidas, it's not going to fit the same. That's how these brands are working.
Well, Adidas needs to catch up.
Yeah, and I think they tried that, but like you said, when you start doing, because I know current Adidas, I've been burned before buying a pair a size down and they don't fit the same. Like I have the End ZX, and they fit true to size. I can't remember the model. Let me grab them. 8,000s.
Yeah, but I think it's always been like that, where Adidas has always been a size up anyway with Nike. Yeah,
but that's how Nike designed it, right? But this pair fits just like a size 10 Nike would fit. This is exactly the same. This was a grail of mine too, Mike. This was another one that I threw a low ball bid out on Christmas. I got hit hard at Christmas last year because I threw out all these bids, and the next morning I woke up and they were all accepted. But I'll take it because you can't even find these anymore. No. When you go on StockX, there's no photo of this. This is just a name. There's no picture of the shoe, and you'd be lucky to find anybody selling these anymore. But I've been like, I saw these, I fell in love with them. I tried every way I could to scoop them for retail, and it didn't happen. I gave up hope, and then Santa came through.
Yeah, going back to Sean, I think with Sean, it's like how we were talking about the Amamanier 3s and the 1s. I think the bar was set way too high when he made the Air Maxes, and he couldn't catch up.
Yeah.
And the thing is that if he stayed with Nike, he might have like felt even par, maybe a little bit below, who knows, maybe even a little bit higher. But you go over to Adidas, and yeah, the concept is great, with the Super Earth and, you know, environmentally friendly, this, that, and the third, but it's not Nike. Like, let's be honest, Adidas has been killing it with the ZX lines and A to ZX and stuff, but that wasn't it. Like, if you're comparing the ZX to the Air Max, it's as you said, it's minor leagues and majors. It doesn't compare at all.
That's right.
And that's where I think he fell short. I think he fell way too short.
I feel like that's Adidas' approach. They try to lure people over to their side. And I shouldn't say that because I have a lot of respect for Adidas, but I feel like their whole approach, they try to take a different side than Nike. They're like, we're about the streets. We're going to let artists create.
Yeah.
They're going to let them have the freedom, whereas Nike's like a watchdog. They won't let you do outside of their realm. They say, you're going to do this. You're going to use it with this. We're going to approve it. And then we're going to go from there. Hence the reason why Kanye left. But that is a double-edged sword, right? Whereas you could win but you're gonna lose some.
Imagine if he stayed there, though.
Yeah,
but he'd be put into a box, and he wouldn't be where he is. He'd be put into a box.
He'll be typecasted, and we have the Amamaniers, and we have, you know,
Travis, and
we've got all these other pop. Yeah, there's tons of collabs now that you know. Nike caught the formula, and they're like, people want to collab. Yeah. So.
And let's be honest, honestly, with Adidas collabs compared to anyone else, they give, as you said, so much freedom. Like they go, yo, here's a model, do whatever the hell you want to it, bring it back. We might make some changes, but we're gonna run with whatever you like. And that's what I like, especially their Simpsons collabs, you know, their Lego collabs. Like Adidas and collabs have been nailing the head every single time.
Yeah, Hannon has
every
a few
single time.
collabs.
Yo, like seriously, like every single time, like they couldn't miss for a while with these collabs. And it's just because they're giving these guys and these brands the open run. Just go wild, do whatever you need to do. We'll build a whole wardrobe behind it. We'll build this behind it. We'll do a whole campaign, and that's what I love about Adidas.
Yeah, because I remember when they did the shoe with the Dragon Ball Z. You guys remember that?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
So good, man.
And then after that, they did one with the Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Those sat though. Those kind of sat.
Yeah. Same thing with the what is it? What's that show? Oh, I'm gonna get roasted like crazy. It's like Targaryen and
Not speaking.
oh, it's an Adidas. They did it with all Ultra Boost.
Yeah.
Oh, it was huge.
Oh, they
It was
had they even
massive.
had a Game of Thrones. They had a Game
Yeah,
of
Game
Thrones.
of
yeah.
Thrones. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. That's
they
what I'm
having
thinking
one
about,
too.
Targaryen and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Bro,
those actually
massive.
look kind of good, but they were
subtle, but it had like
yeah,
it was
they
subtle
Yeah.
weren't
details.
like stand out. You didn't notice right away what the collab was unless you looked
Yeah.
hard at it.
Yeah, if you
Which
knew,
is a
you
weird collab. Honestly,
Yeah.
like I'm not like huge on like I find if like when Coke does a collab with like Coke did a like a Bape and I believe they
Converse
also
and
did
all
an Adidas. That's so big. It's like why are you what are you doing? I
Yeah.
like those. I like when they give a collab to like a boutique or a shop that's grinding it out
Yeah.
and then like Hannon having their collabs end with their
Yep.
collabs. They're giving it to the shops that are actually out there promoting it and then seeing what they want to do with it. Like that's
Exactly.
there's
Mm.
but when you start messing with Coke, what do you know, like when you start messing with cartoons, you are kind of already know when you're going into it what it's going to look like. You know what Ned Flanders wears and what the Flaming Mo, like those
Yeah.
already kind of wrote themselves. It's like, oh, what are you going to come up with that is,
But
it's not outside the box. You kind of already expected it when you seen it. You're like, oh, that's cool, but
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my.
But I also think that I'm with you, but I think that also that shows you the beauty of Adidas's range with their collabs.
Yeah.
They can go from one extreme to the next, and it can be it's for everybody, right? Like they're literally
Yeah.
catering to everybody. It's like, yeah, for the Simpson heads, we'll give you the flaming molds, we'll give you this, Coca-Cola heads, whatever. But like for the people who just want a subtle flag on the back of the heel tab and a little logo on the
heel.
upper or whatever
Yeah.
it may be, or on the tongue.
Yeah.
It's like, perfect. Here you go. Here's for you as well. They give you everything on the spectrum and just say, yo, pick whatever you want.
And another thing on that is the reach that has. We're kind of closed-minded
huge.
in North America. We're looking at our zone, but Simpsons is worldwide. So they might not have sold out where we are, Mike, but who knows? Like
On the other side of the world.
Just
Yeah.
like Disney collabs. I'm sure Disney collabs in other parts of the world were eaten up. Like whereas us, we see them around, hanging around a little more. And in our minds, we're the North American mindset. We're like, oh, nobody wants it. It's still sitting on the shelf. But yeah.
Well, that's where you also have to give credit to Vans. Remember when Vans did that Simpsons collab with the sisters on the slip-ons?
Oh yeah. They were pretty.
That was pretty interesting too.
They did a Cause collab with Cause, Simpsons, and Vans way back.
Yes.
And again, like they were ahead of their time. I had collabs. So my buddy used to he still runs a skate shop, but he used to get Converse and Vans and all the time. And I remember way back, we're talking like 03, 04, he would get these like Ozzy Osbourne Converse and like the Cause stuff. And I like at the time, I'm like, I have no idea who this is. Right.
There was no hype around it. There's no hype around it.
Yeah. And I think that's a true tell. The people that actually did scoop them, they liked it for what it is. And
exactly.
They deserve it. Now that the resale is through the roof, they deserve all that money because they were there from
100%.
the hop. And I think that goes the same way. Exactly, bro. It goes the same way with dunks. For all those cats that love the dunk for what it is, that were buying them for clearance for $30 from the local skate shop, and then they were able to cash out when they went through the roof, man, applause to those people because you earned that right. I've been there. I've had, like, I let go of a lot of stuff that I bought early on. And I was like, I didn't have the attachment to it. Well, let's say I didn't have a close enough attachment to turn down $1,000 for them. Right. So respects to those people because they're like trendsetters in a way. Skateboarding has been setting trends in the industry, in all industries for a long time. So
yeah, that's true.
We'll see them get their piece from it.
And I think, like you said, that we all go through that where we have to get rid of some shoes. You know what I mean? That's part of our game too, to be able to get another pair. You know what I mean?
It's chest.
Tell me about
Sneaker
it.
game
Mike
is
and
chest.
I both, right? Mike just did his big swap for his shattered backboards. So I had a buddy hit me up. We're another group that I'm in. A guy had to like he was moving across the country. He had to liquidate. and he put up a pair of Cause 4s, the black pair, for us, absolute steal. And I talked first and asked questions later. Like, I'm like, I want them. And I'm like, whoa, I can't pay that price for these out of pocket. I'm going to get murdered. My wife won't let me come home. So I just on up,
get a spanking up for that.
My pairs. And I just said, what do I not care that much about? And I have we have fire sales, whereas Mike was lucky he was able to trade them. I'll just put up, on my story or whatever, and I'll reach out to people. And I liquidated like 5 or 6 pairs, and I got these for $900 Canadian, man.
Wow!
And they were
really?
like practically DS when I got them, and I don't regret it one bit. Like, it was the same vibe as what Mike's saying. Like I think it was like those shattered backboard garbage bags. It was the UNC to Chicago patent leathers. I actually sold my Dunk Pigeons, but they were a half size too small for me, so I didn't care.
And you're a fours guy, right?
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, there's certain fours that hold a higher weight to me. I don't care. Like, a 4 over a Dunk any day. That's just me. But and those are the sacrifices we make.
Yeah, honestly, it's part of the game that we live.
I'm addicted. We all had our spells where we just bought everything. It was available, buy. And now it's like those shoes that I traded sat for 2 years. I wasn't wearing them. You know what I mean? I wore the full grace once. Yeah, like, so I'm like, okay, let me get rid of this, let me get rid of that. Those shattered backboards, they listed them for $950.
That's bananas.
Canadian. They're 1,600.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, that's crazy.
And they were barely worn. So I traded both those shoes, and I gave them $210 cash. And I walked away with shattered. I'm like, yeah, not a problem. I was cool with that. You know what I mean? Like, now I'm looking at shoes. I'm like, okay, how can I get my hands on the Grinches? You know what I mean? Like, what don't I need? You know? Like, but I'm at the stage now where I think a lot of us in the sneaker game is quality over quantity.
Yeah.
I'd rather have 50 solid pairs than 100. You know what I mean? Or than 150. I can break it down to 175. I'd get rid of half my pairs for, a solid 10 to 15 shoes.
Exactly.
And that's the beauty of sneakers. That is the beauty of this, man, is they are appreciating assets. So we see that, like you did, man, you could buy it and like it, but you could also wear it and flip it and get your money back, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's part of the fun. When we grow up, just trading hockey cards, trading baseball cards, trading football cards. We're just big kids doing that with sneakers now. And you can turn a profit, or you can keep yourself happy and have fun along the way.
And recycle it as your habit. Yeah.
Recycle. Yeah. We're thinking green here. Ladies, that's it, brother.
Well, I find it to be a big ass chess match. You know what I mean? You have GR, which are your pawns. You have your grails, which is your knight or your king and your queen, and you have your knights and whatever. And it's just like, okay, which pawns am I going to sacrifice to give me that king back or whatever it may be? Yeah. And that's just what you got to do.
That's it. That is true. That is very true. But
it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's a big kid game, right?
We only have 2.
I call these my stocks. I've told people from the get-go, these are my stocks. This is my portfolio. I've been investing in sneakers for time, since back when I worked at Nike, and I had no idea that they'd be valuable. But now it's
a lot of people don't understand.
Look at me now.
A lot of people don't understand. They're like, oh, why do you have so many shoes? It's like, you don't understand. I could wear a Jordan 1 12 to 28 times or whatever it may be and get more money than what I paid for them retail.
That's because they don't see the vision that we see. You know what I mean? Like, we know a lot more because we dig into more info about sneakers. When you ask another person that's not into sneakers, they don't know much. You know what I mean?
They just think it's shoes and you just beat them up and get a new pair.
And that's the fun with this room. I'm lucky enough to have a sneaker room. When we have family over, or I have friends over, they're like, whoa, this is a bit excessive. But then I tell them like, yeah, you see that pair over there? I bought it for $200. It's worth $800 now. That pair over there, I've worn it for weeks and months at a time, and I could sell it for triple what I paid for it. Like, and they're like, really? And I'm like, you start showing them, you know, StockX was beautiful. As much as it kind of hurt the game, it's really helped like validate this habit or addiction or hobby or whatever you want to call it. It's put a dollar value on it, and it's shown people that this isn't a game to be taken lightly. Like, this is a legitimate
sneakers can
investment,
change people's lives. Like, I've heard of people, as you know, who's bought down payments on houses by selling shoes. And
the chef,
that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's like, literally, if he didn't have this, or people don't have this, they can't, you know, buy cars, buy houses, you know, get out of debt, do whatever they need to do. And they bought these, they've been sitting on these for years upon years. And it's like, oh, perfect. I can get rid of, you know, these 10, 15 pairs, boom, get out of this, you know, help me obtain a house, help me get this. It's like, people don't understand that. They just see it as, oh yeah, we just, you know, inside, outside.
Like fetish. That's such a dirty word. Like, no, man.
Hey, man, I'm addicted to sneakers, and it's not drugs. So
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly right. But
and it's got people's minds thinking about that too. It's got young kids thinking about doing math. They're studying without realizing it, right? Like, and when you get older, this is transferable. All this skill that you learn from sneakers, it can be related to anything in life. Once you get that mindset down. So no harm.
It's also hindered a little bit though, because now people see the money and value in the sneakers.
Yes.
And look at the resale game. You got bots, you got this. It's this double-edged sword, right?
Yeah, that's the industry. That's a product of the industry too. Recently, not recently, I've been into hats my whole life, but as of the last 6 to 7 months, fitted hats have become a craze. Crazy. It's bananas. And like this hat I'm wearing right now, so $72 after shipping. This thing's going for 150 American. And people are botting hats now and flipping hats. And these companies, these hat places. So shout out to still.ca in Canada. They're a shop that does custom fitteds. He's really trying to dictate or narrate the community, whereas we don't want it to be about resale. We don't want it to be about botting and making a bunch of money off of it. So they'll restock. They'll do restocks on the same hat so that people can actually get it. They'll talk to the consumer and trying to steer it away from what sneakers are becoming. And it's funny because a lot of the people in the hat community feel like, oh, people are running over here from sneakers as like a safe haven, you know, to people are nice and people are happy and they're helping, but it's quickly turning into that resale vibe. Whereas like anything, man, we're blessed to have a community of sneakerheads that actually care about one another and are looking to help cop and are trying to get things for retail. And that's a product of who you surround yourself with. So these big 100%. Brands, they've been like we've talked about, they've been trying to force the narrative of hype and of limited edition and exclusive. Like we were talking today in the chat, Mike, about the exclusive Pata colorway, but yet it's only exclusive for 3 days or 4 days until it releases at another location or another store. So they're setting us up for that. These brands are trying to make us feel like it's limited, trying to make us feel like you got to buy it now or you're never going to hit it again. Where I find with hats is like these companies are like, no, man, don't worry about it. We're going to restock it. You will be able to get it. Don't pay resale. But
I love it.
You need to focus. You need to find your group. And just like you, Lace, you try to bring the community together. You're reaching out all over the world, touching people, letting them speak and letting them share their feelings. But everybody needs to remember, this is about a community. This isn't about a flex. This isn't about a dollar amount. If you put in the time in anything, you will be rewarded for it. So
100%.
Invest in your community, invest in your crew, in your group, and you will benefit from it. You don't
Hey guys, I just want to give a shout out to my boys, Akons and Michael.
thanks for coming in for this episode. I want to give a shout out to the people over in Canada. I hope to work with you guys soon as well for the rest of you. And just want to say thank you very much for the support. And catch you again, guys. And make sure you hit me up. Let's get this going. From Australia to Canada. Much love, guys.
Thank you guys and catch you on the next episode of Kickz and Soul. Welcome on a Kickz and Soul Season 2.